Hey there, this is LA calling, and you're watching Brutally Delicious with Bruce Moore.
Hey, welcome to Brutally Delicious. I'm Bruce Moore. Today we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to go live via remote to speak with the guys from Enceladus. And if you stay tuned, we're going to see what they have cooked up for us today.
Hey, we're Enceladus, a new power speed metal band. I'm Swicom on Vox.
I'm Judas on bass.
And I'm Gio on guitar. And we just released our first 3-song single called Time in a Dream. And we have hard copies selling over in Japan, actually. It's at a store called SA Music Shop.
Shout out to Shindo.
And we also have them available for digital download at this link.
And right now, we're about to cook something up.
Today, we're going to be making Lemony and Roasted Potatoes and Cosmic Chickpea Cutlets. For the Lemony and Roasted Potatoes, you're going to need 2.5 pounds of small to medium-sized roasted potatoes, half cup of olive oil, 6 cloves of garlic chopped, half cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1 cup of vegetable broth, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of tomato paste, and fresh salt and pepper. And for the Cosmic Chickpea Cutlets, you'll need 1 cup of cooked chickpeas, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half cup of vital wheat gluten, a half cup of plain breadcrumbs, a 1/4 cup of vegetable broth or water, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 cloves of garlic pressed or grated with a microplane grater, a half teaspoon of lemon zest, a half teaspoon of dried thyme, a half teaspoon of Hungarian paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of dried rubbed sage, and olive oil for pan frying. Boom!
You guys are offering digital downloads of your new release, Time in a Dream, for free on the internet. How's that working out for you?
Releasing Time in a Dream as a free or name your own price has been pretty beneficial to us. We've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of plays, and a lot of downloads. And we're pretty much getting our name out there at a faster rate than if we had maybe charged 99 cents per song. And on top of that, when we released the hard copies to SA Music in Osaka, Japan, we were selling them for about 850 yen. They all sold out in the first day, so that was really encouraging to us.
Alright, potatoes are going to take about 70 minutes to cook and about 10 minutes preparing time, so I've already started slicing them up here. And of course you want to get them washed first. You can choose to peel the skin if you want, but we're just going to leave it on. And just get them sliced up. By the way, while you're cutting them, have the ones you've already sliced soaking in a bowl of salt water while you finish the rest.
It also calls for some lemon juice, and I'm going to get that ready right now. And now that these are ready, we can make some lemon juice.
Your lyrics are quite positive and a little bit different from many other bands on the scene now. Now, where do you draw your inspiration from when you're writing?
Thanks. We actually just use our own insight and look inward, and after analyzing what's going on in society and the socioeconomic structure all around us, we kind of draw our influences from those.
Pretty much draw our influences from our own insight. And of course, we're very influenced by space and time.
It is our existence, and wouldn't you like to know the constructs of it, how we go about it? We do have to interact with it every day, so it'd be a good question to ask.
We just like to write lyrics to really make you think about them, really underline
take one step above what the prescribed reality that is there for us whenever we show up on the Earth, and just kind of question it and go beyond it and see what we're really capable of doing as a society and as a civilization.
This is a good lemon.
Alright, once all of your potatoes are sliced up and soaking, we're going to mix all of the other ingredients up in a dish. Actually, it should be a lot bigger than this, probably about 10 by 17, but this is all we have right now, so let's hope it works.
What message, if any, do you want your fans to take away from the record after listening to it?
I'd like listeners to feel like they have heard something unique and almost philosophical, so they can go away with a more open mind and actually thinking about the lyrics.
Yeah, after listening to the album, we'd want listeners to just contemplate and kind of reflect on some of the lyrics and how they can apply not only to their own personal lives, but on a global scale. And we want to leave them with them asking questions about what's going on in the world and their environment around them. Basically, we want to just provide more awareness about ourselves and about everything else that the universe has to offer.
Alright, the final step to the Lemony and Enceladus roasted potatoes is to add the potatoes to the mixture, seal it tightly with foil, and then put it in the bake for about 35 minutes, stirring occasionally. Do that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Make sure you mix the potatoes up with the ingredients before you put the tin foil on. I'm going to put this in to bake for 35 minutes.
Alright, and don't forget to set the timer to 35 minutes. Alright, while our Lemony and Enceladus roasted potatoes are cooking in the oven, we're going to start on our Cosmic Chickpea Cutlets. So what you do first, you get your mixing bowl here, then you take a cup of chickpeas and pour them in. And then you add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So let's do that now. So after that, we're going to mash up the chickpeas with the oil. So after we're done mashing the chickpeas with the olive oil, we add the rest of the ingredients.
Don't
And from there, all we're going to do is add 2 cut up cloves of garlic and half a teaspoon of lemon zest. And we're going to go ahead and mix it all up. And after that, all we got to do is knead it for, I'd say, about 3 minutes until the mixture feels kind of like you could form it into a patty.
When you write, do you write with the live setting in mind, or is that not even an issue?
Actually, we just write the songs and just let them flow however they come out.
Yeah, we just kind of let them come out. We don't really specifically write them to be live, but we do want to give the songs a visual element and aspect and kind of combine them into a cohesive, true performance. Alright, and then once you've got your patties all kneaded up, you're going to go ahead and get your big mold of it, and you're going to break it into 4 different pieces. And now with each piece, what you're going to actually do is just kind of mold them into a rectangular type of patty. And you're going to want to put them on a pan. You could put foil over it, and then what we did here is just slick it with a little bit of olive oil so the patties don't stick to the pan once they're done. And they'll be fresh and ready to go.
What's the story behind the name of the band, Enceladus?
Well, as we're sure you know by now, space and time are 2 of our favorite subjects, and being subjects we're interested in, just happened to be watching a cosmic documentary one day, and they were speaking about one of Saturn's moons, titled Enceladus.
And it's pretty cool because Enceladus is one of the only celestial bodies in our solar system that has a very high potential for life other than on Earth. And it's literally cool because you've got some volcanoes over there, but rather than spewing magma and hot things, you've got volcanoes on there and geysers erupting with just ice and shards of ice everywhere. And that kind of gives it a cool element and theme, if you will.
And it also makes for a really cool power metal name. Okay, when the time is up for the Lemony Enceladus Roasted Potatoes, we're going to take them out and take off the tin foil and let them roast for another 20 minutes. And we're also going to put in the chickpea cutlets and let them cook at the same time, and they'll be done right around the same time. Alright, after about 6 to 7 minutes, we're going to pull our Cosmic Chickpea Cutlets out, and we're going to flip them. They should be firm and crisp to the touch. So, dip them as such. And we're going to put them back in. Alright, it's time to take out our Cosmic Chickpea Cutlets and our Lemony Enceladus Roasted Potatoes. Let's check it out.
How does it make you feel when the energy and the power you envisioned in the studio comes to life on stage in front of a live audience? Is that the great big payoff?
It's really great bringing our songs to life, because performing live really gives a whole other feel of energy to the music. It really makes that impact, just makes the impact that much more, that much stronger.
And it feels really great whenever you have people there, not only for the music but for the message as well. And then when you have a big audience and you have both the music and the message that we're trying to get across resonating with them, it just gives a totally different atmosphere to the crowd. And we just live for it. We want to be on the road for it. And we want to just go around the world spreading the message and the music.
Yeah, there's really nothing to compare that feeling to. Like, it's just a feeling that I never really felt before, and I can only describe it as pure bliss.
Do you have any rituals before you hit the stage?
Well, there's not really any rituals per se, but it's, I guess, the common get warmed up, get in that zone mentally, because it is a different state of mind that you have to be in to be on stage, to get across your performance. You in a sense become a vessel for what you're trying to channel, what you're trying to get out, and you want to be in the best condition that you can to get that message out and to get your performance where you want it. And then after the shows, we've got some rituals as well. But
that's when the real rituals happen. Well, we're supposed to keep this PG-13, so
for another time.
You have any touring plans in support of the release?
Well, after the album's out, we want to complete our lineup so then we can start preparing and getting our live show down. And depending on how long that takes to both complete our lineup and get our live show to where we want it, that will determine when we can play shows. But ultimately, we do want to be touring with our music, and we actually have a few acts that we've been talking to, and we're pretty much planning that.
Enceladus being one group, actually, we were speaking to and doing a tour with sometime. So once we get things situated, and once our full-length album is complete, which hopefully will be out near the end of the summer, then we'll be looking at touring for sure.
What would fans be surprised to find on your iPod?
Fans might be surprised to find a bunch of oldies on that playlist, movie playlist. For instance, I really like Frankie Valli, Four Seasons.
Me? It can go anywhere. For me, I guess I've got some jazz, got some John Coltrane, a lot of sax players I listen to and getting into for phrasing. And it goes anywhere from gypsy jazz to pop music. So I can't really name any specifically.
Yeah, I'm really into J-rock and stuff like that, like Bizou, the Pillows, and a lot of J-pop too. I guess that's kind of what got me into guitar-driven music back when I was like 10 or 12 years old.
If you were a superhero, who would it be and why?
I think I would be Val Helen from the Dexter's Lab Justice Fronts, because he had the long hair and he had the surfer accent, and his superpower was like play the guitar and zap people with it. They like
for me, I guess I would be. It depends what you mean by superhero, but if you mean by having the ability to change and affect the world, then I think that would be kind of super. So I would be Nikola Tesla, or at least have the knowledge Nikola Tesla did. Kind of a nerd, but that's my choice.
Fair enough.
That's cool. Me, I'll probably see if I can join the Ninja Turtles, look up at those dudes.
Not superheroes.
Not superheroes per se. They're super mutated heroes. They are heroes. But yeah, I mean, skateboarding, pizza, music.
That's super.
That's pretty super to me.
You have any formal culinary training, or just like to cook?
Well, I guess I wouldn't call it culinary training per se, but ever since I've turned vegan, I actually had to find ways to eat, because there's not really many options in mainstream society that gives somebody that eats plants, but it's more than that. Actually, the chickpeas cutlets we just had and the potatoes, that's actually a vegan dish that we checked out.
No culinary training. I just pick up what I learned from the jobs here and there and watching other people cook. But what I really enjoy is having other people cook for me.
Yeah, I was on the varsity cooking team in high school, and I was like the captain of it. But other than that, no. I mean, I had a few cooking jobs here and there, but we got fired. I hated it.
What's next for Enceladus?
What's next for us? We're actually going to be releasing a new song called Awakened Eyes, and it's going to be in the form of a lyric video. We're going to put up on the page and on YouTube, so stay tuned for that.
And from there, we're going to keep continuing to finish our first full-length album, and we'll keep you guys updated on that too. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, which is /Enceladus Official, and stay tuned.
And in the meantime, we're also going to be looking for members. We're looking for a guitarist and drummer to fill out the rest of the band. And once we've got that together, we'll have the album out. And from there, we'll start working on our live shows and getting ready to just tour and get our music out there.
We've had some great auditions so far, but we're still looking for more. So if you're anybody interested, then just go ahead and send us an email over at enceladusmetal@gmail.com or at this link.
Thanks, Chris, for having us on. Once again, we are Enceladus, and I hope you enjoyed the plates that we prepared for you, and we hope you thought it was brutally delicious. Keep it metal.